Soccer Kid started life on the Amiga and was developed by British software house Chrysalis Software in 1993. The story goes that after making multiple association football titles, that's soccer for American viewers, the team experimented with creating a project that fused both football and platforming game elements in 1992. They even went as far as developing a physics engine just for the football. On the Amiga, Soccer Kid received a positive reception from critics who praised multiple aspects such as the presentation, visuals, original gameplay concept and replay value, while on consoles this was not the case. Personally, there is a lot to like about this game. It is fast and smooth. We get a layer of parallax scrolling and the music by Tim Furness is pretty good. The general graphics are also rather nice, but sadly the gameplay isn't. You've probably noticed by now that I'm cheating with an invincibility code. I just couldn't get into the game's controls, plus the slippery feel of Soccer Kid and that horrid snapping of the scrolling meant I was getting killed by stuff I couldn't even hope to avoid. I also hate how the only way to kill anything is something that keeps vanishing. Having to pause and respawn the ball all the time is annoying. I also hate how at times Soccer Kid will get stuck in a keepy uppy animation as he gets ready to volley the ball. It's a shame because this game is rather nice in some respects.
1994, London, England. Soccer Kid, barely able to contain his excitement, waits patiently for the greatest event in soccer. The World Cup Final, live from the USA. The capacity crowd in Soccer Kid.
The Amiga CD32 port is actually the Amiga AGA version. It is identical to the base Amiga version, but now with more colour, CD audio and a really crappy opening, which was produced by a Japanese company. Yeah, right. The first console port of Soccer Kid to be released was the Super Famicom version, not the SNES. So yeah, Japan got this Amiga port first. Poor buggers. It was distributed by Yanoman Corporation and went under the name of Great Soccer Kid. The Western release was handled by Ocean and in the UK it was called Soccer Kid, but in the US it was renamed to The Adventures of Kid Cleats, which is a stupid name in my opinion. In France, the game was called L'École des Champions, which modifies the player's character sprites in order to resemble the main character from Moreau Top Striker, a Japanese anime that was popular in France. As for the game, is it better than the Amiga version? Nope. It's the same crap. And get this, they kept the exact same shitty controls. Yep, up is jump. There's no jump button and you still have to hold down the A button to bring back the football, and the ball still bounces over enemies. So yeah, the game is still crap, but hey, at least it now runs full screen and they did port the music over faithfully. Oh, but wait, for the Western release, they actually did add a jump button. Looks like they really got some negative feedback from the Japanese version. Still, even with the jump button, the game still sucked due to all the other issues. And yes, it also kept the odd arranged stage order.
Soccer Kid, barely able to contain his excitement, waits patiently for the greatest event in soccer. The capacity-proud and Soccer Kid are ready for the match of the decade.
Here we go with the 3DO port. It features redrawn artwork and a different GUI than the Amiga CD32 version upon which it is based. But that's great because this looks so much better. But the game is still just as crap. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. This is the best playing port so far. The control of the ball is tweaked a little to give it a little more of a responsive feel. There's also 3 difficulty levels, although the standard is the same as easy on the SNES port. Seriously though, while this still isn't a great game, it's by far the best version so far.
Get off my land!
This is the Atari Jaguar port, which was originally intended to be published by Ocean in 1995. However, it was never released during the official lifespan of the Jaguar. It was eventually picked up for release on the 7th of February 2000 by independent developer and publisher Songbird Productions. What we have here is basically a port of the Super Nintendo version, but with a much darker color palette. It plays just like the Western SNES version as well. Quite unremarkable considering the Jag was meant to be 64-bit and the SNES was 16-bit. Oh, and this version has loading on a cartridge game. Soccer Kid even made its way onto the Gameboy Advance, and as you'd expect, this is basically a SNES port. On the bright side, you do get twice the amount of health now to help you survive twice the amount of cheap deaths, due to the lower screen resolution hiding many enemies until it's too late to avoid them. Chrysalis later ported the GBA version to the PlayStation and was only released in Europe by Telegames on the 13th of December 2003, becoming both the last version of the game to be officially released and the final version developed by the original team. It's still a steaming pile of crap though. I'm having to play this copy with the music switched off. My PlayStation was skipping the audio like crazy. And let's take a look at all those versions of Soccer Kid running side by side.